Hello everyone and welcome to another lecture of PHP, MySQL. We're going to learn in this lecture how to use the while loop. So we've learned in the last lecture how to use the for loop, and this is another new way you can loop, and it's called the while loop. So this is the code from the last video. Let's delete this, and to start creating a while loop, you just type while parenthesis and curly brackets. It works very similar to the for loop. What we're going to do is create a condition inside a parenthesis, and until that condition is false, or while this condition is true, we're going to do the code inside here, or we're going to loop the code inside here. Okay, so between the parentheses, let's type the variable I is less than or equal to 10, and probably a lot of you already know what we are doing here. We are doing the number of loops that we want. So we want to create 10 loops. Before the while loop, you should create or you should assign to the variable I a value. Let's give it value 1 here. Okay. Now the while loop, the code that we want to run inside the while loop is echo the variable I and the increment ++ symbols. Now let's save this. Okay, and if we run this, this is what we get. Okay, we get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and until the number 10. Okay, so this is the basics of the while loop. A little bit simpler, and with less code, we can loop 10 times. A lot of you may ask, so when do I use the while loop or the for loop? In which situations? Don't worry, we're going to learn that later on, okay? But I can tell you that it has to do with the MySQL tables, and if we want to check anything on a MySQL table, we just loop through it with the while loop, okay? But don't worry, you're gonna learn that later on with the MySQL videos. Now let's change this for 20 here so you can see how it changes. And we can also put here the line break symbol as we did in the last video. And if we refresh, there it is. Okay, 20 loops. Perfect. Okay, so play a little bit more with it, change the values, and this is how we create a while loop. See you